Hi, I'm Shelby with Little Justice Leaders, and today we're going to be talking about 5 conversation starters you can use to get conversations going about LGBTQ+ identities with your elementary school kids. All of these conversation starters are going to be age appropriate and easy to use with little kids and help you get this conversation going. Now, I know these topics can be really hard to talk about because it's hard to know what's going to be developmentally appropriate for their age. So use these conversation starters to start to get a sense of what your little ones understand and already know, and where they may have misconceptions or confusion about the LGBTQ+ community. Okay, so the first question you're going to want to bring up with your kids is, how do you think your family is different or similar to your friend's family? Why do you think it's important to celebrate differences in families? What's unique about your family, and what do you love about your family? These questions will get kids thinking about how families all can look different and still be really special. And it's also going to give them a chance to celebrate and be grateful for their own family and community. This next conversation starter will get you talking about symbols. So ask them, why do you think symbols are important to represent communities and groups? Are there any symbols that are important to you? For example, they might appreciate a particular religious symbol, a school mascot, or a logo of a brand that they love. By connecting these symbols, you can introduce to them symbols related to the LGBTQ+ community, such as the rainbow, and explain to them why symbols matter to different communities. The next conversation starter is going to be about pronouns. Now, this is going to be more relevant if you've already talked to your students about trans, non-binary identities, and pronouns. So you could ask them, what would you do if you accidentally used the wrong pronouns to describe someone? How do you think you could fix that situation without making that person embarrassed or feel ashamed? How would you feel if someone used the wrong pronouns when they were talking about you? And how would you want them to fix it? Now, these questions will help prepare them for a scenario that is very realistically might happen where they misgender someone, and it will allow them to think through in advance how to handle that and how to respond. The fourth conversation starter you can use is asking your kids if they know when same-sex marriage was legalized in your country. Of course, this only works if same-sex marriage is legal in your country. And if they don't know, look up together when it was legalized. This is going to open a conversation about the history of LGBTQ+ rights and the fight for rights for all people. So use this as a jumping off point to talk about history, and also they may be surprised to learn just how recent their country has legalized same-sex marriage, and it might give them some perspective on, again, how recent this fight has been to get equal rights. And last but not least, you might ask your kids what they think they can do to support LGBTQ+ students or friends of theirs, or their friends who have LGBTQ+ families. This is going to offer you a great opportunity to talk about activism, to talk about what it means to really be an ally, as well as appropriate behavior and do's and don'ts to engage in with communities like the LGBTQ+ community. So this will be a great opportunity for you to have a conversation about what your activism around LGBTQ+ folks can look like now. Now, if you are an educator and you want to create a safe space for your trans, questioning, and non-binary students, we have a free mini course that you can go through that's created by trans and non-binary educators that is going to give you lots of insight into how to support your students. And this course is going at your own pace so that you can do it on your own free time with really short videos, very easy to get through, and it's going to give you some actionable tips on how to best support all students in your classroom or in your community. So I highly recommend you go check that out. We'll put the link below, and please follow Little Justice Leaders for more information on social justice and education.